y'all, it's Nisha.
And what it do, you already know. It's your boy Joe.
And we are back with another video, but it's not a reaction video. What is it, babe?
It's a story.
Story time.
It's a story time.
Story time.
Bye.
Well, first I'm going to start with, it's a story about the time that I almost died.
Let's get for real.
Yeah, it's a serious story.
It's a real life. It's a real life could have been a tragedy.
Yeah.
But thanks to God, and you know what I'm saying, things happens, and we get over it and we keep going. But this time, we here to tell a story, exactly what happened.
Yes. So it's a story about a time I almost died, and okay, so from what I remember is we had our baby January 27th in 2013, and he was a beautiful baby boy. But like soon as he came out, he was having problems eating, so the doctors had to run multiple tests, and me being a first-time mom, I was like, what's going on, panicking, and he was panicking also. Like we first-time parents, so we don't know what's going on. And fast forward a little bit, so they came back in and told us that they was going to transfer him to a bigger hospital, because the hospital we was at, where I had delivered him at, they didn't have the same type of procedures or something. They needed to transfer him to a bigger hospital. So I said, okay, cool. So they transferred him to a bigger hospital via helicopter, and I'm still worried. And he was like, it's okay, babe. So we went home, and I had a headache. No. Sorry. We was back and forth from our house to the big hospital.
Yeah.
We kept going back and forth to see him and stuff. And he was doing good, and he was eating better, and taking his bottles, and the nurse was like, he's doing fine. And then she called me and told me that we can come stay the night at the hospital before we get to take him home. Make sure he's still doing fine, and we also get to be with our baby before we take him home, because we haven't seen him in, how long he was in there for, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
About over a week. It had to be over a week. I remember it was over a week.
I think it was like 2 weeks.
Because the Super Bowl was like that next week. Like next week and a half, so it was about almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. And so we went, packed our stuff, and we slept at the hospital. And I love spending time with my little baby. And so fast forward again, we get to go home. We home. And as soon as we got home, I started feeling weird. Like I was telling him I have a bad headache. Like I never had a headache like that before, like at all. And I kept saying I got a headache. So I was like, you know what? Usually like when you're first time mom, you want to spend time with your baby and stuff like that. And I know I wasn't going through no postpartum depression, because I'm a happy person, and I wanted to see my baby. I wanted to spend time with my baby and stuff like that. But as soon as I got home with him, I was having a headache, and I gave him to my sisters or somebody. I gave him to, and I took a Tylenol, and I went to sleep straight after that. I don't know if it was a PM or not, but I went to sleep straight after that. And I don't remember nothing else. He gonna tell you the rest.
Well, from what I remember, what happened, we got ready to lay down. I'm thinking, yeah, we got ready to lay down.
Mm-hmm.
And I had Jay, and he was right there between us, because we wasn't gonna let him sleep in a bed by himself, because
we did have a crib
for him. We had the crib for him and stuff, but we wanted him to be right next to us so we can monitor him, just to make sure he's not crying, he's make sure he's just checking on him, just to make sure everything's good.
We was both paranoid still.
Yeah, so so it's like it had to be about 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I just feel somebody shaking. We just went to sleep, and I just feel somebody shaking. I mean, just remember, we both in bed, we in our clothes that we sleep in. So
no, babe, I thought you said you heard Jay crying first. You heard me. You felt me shaking.
I heard. Let me tell you. No. I heard you shaking. Oh. I ain't hear Jay crying. Jay wasn't crying.
Okay.
I heard you shaking. And when felt you shaking, I turned around. I just thought you was probably having a bad dream or something. Like I'm like, damn, what's going on? I turn around, you just shaking, and before I know it, you not responding to me when I'm trying to like, see you in a dream or whatever. So before I know it, I heard me cut the light on. You sitting up there with your eyes rolling back, and you just moving like you just can't. It's like you having one of them dreams when you trying to wake up and you can't move. You just still, and I'm like, wow, what's going on? So I lay up there. Fast forward, like we say, we gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying? To the parts that we, you know what I'm saying, where it went down. So I laid up there. I hurried up and jumped out the bed. I knew something wasn't right. I'm like, man, this ain't right. Bang! I jumped out the bed, man. I hurried and called everybody. I'm hollering in the house. Lanisha, remember, I'm in my clothes. I'm in my sleeping clothes. I had to hurry up and put my clothes on because the family was gonna come running in the room. Our baby, he right there. I don't think he was crying or anything, but we heard me call 911. I called 911. I'm telling them that she's not breathing and, I can't really, what I'm saying, wake up. She's just in this state of mind. Like, I don't know what's going on. I ain't never been around nobody that went through something like this. So I was just spooked. I'm out of there. I'm like, man, what's going on, man? My heart was weak just now. So we laid up there. We called the ambulance and everything, and they came and they brought her to the hospital. And matter of fact, it was the fire department I think brought her, and so they rushed her to the hospital. So I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and then now I start to remember. So I did wake up when he called. Like, I don't know. I just woke up and I was sitting on the bed. I do remember that part. I remember like little peaks of it. I woke up. I was sitting on the bed and the two guys, the two paramedics was right there on the floor asking me, today's date and my son's birthday. I couldn't remember nothing. I was just like in a zone. And I remember him saying, "You don't remember our son's birthday?" And I couldn't. I wanted to cry at that point because I was like, "What's going on with me?" Like,
man, she was lost, man. I'm talking about she looking delusional, man. Like she just looked like she woke up out of a dream and she didn't know where she was. She didn't know what was going on.
It was so scary.
It was scaring me. I didn't know what was going on. Then before you know it, they trying to inject her or put some kind of medicine to relax her, to help her body, or whatever it was that was happening, to help her relax and make sure she don't catch a seizure or anything like that.
I had another seizure in the ambulance.
Man, when she had that seizure, when you had that seizure in the hospital, when I thought she was like, everything was gonna be all right, it spooked me because I'm like, man, she okay? Like, I'm just making sure she not finna like just fall out in my arms or, in my vision. I'm like, man, hold up, man, she ain't finna do this on me. And, then before you know it, she caught another one, like, right after that. And I'm like, come on, man. I start praying, man. I start, just really like just going into a state of mind where like, man, Lord help, get us through this. You know what I'm saying? That's all I kept saying. But man, I was messed up, man. I was messed up for real.
Yeah, so fast forward, like I had so many from the house. From when it first happened to all the way to the hospital, I had probably over 6 seizures. Right. Sorry, I had over 6 seizures. And so fast forward to the part when I got better and I woke up and I started to remember everything. The doctor came in and said it was eclampsia. Eclampsia is when you get that after you have the baby. So I didn't know what that was, so I had to listen to my phone. I was like, I never heard of that. I heard of preeclampsia while you pregnant. Yeah. So
it only happened like first time mothers. They say it comes like it comes on a first time mother like line with that situation. There, I think that's what they were saying.
And they were saying I was having the seizures because of eclampsia.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, please look it up. It's a very serious condition, much more as preeclampsia. They both sound the same, but it's preeclampsia is while you're pregnant and eclampsia after you have the baby. But it was a very, very scary time for my family. And our baby was not even a month old yet. Remember, he was sick, and then as soon as I got to come home, bring him home and enjoy him, I got sick. So it was very scary for him because he didn't know if he was going to lose me. And I didn't know what was going on because I was in and out of peaks. Like I didn't know what was going on, and I feel like if he wouldn't have been there that night, say he was somewhere else, I probably would have died because I was in the room by myself. I would have been in the room by myself with the baby, and the baby can't help me. So I do appreciate him for being there and helping me, and God also being there for me. So if you guys want to see more story times, please like this video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Good job.